Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot, and my name is Erica. This is your first half of October Astrology and Tarot Scope forecast. We've been through a lot. We just finished eclipse season. We had 3 eclipses that occurred when we're used to only having 2 during eclipse season, so that was rare in itself. If you aren't sure where this energy played out for you, I have videos explaining what was going on in the sky. They're all listed under the September playlist, and there's a lot of videos under there. Just look for your sun, moon, or rising sign, and hopefully there will be messages there that will help to indicate what has gone on and possibly helps you heal in some way. So Capricorn, let's talk about what's going on. So why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars. I'm going to address where the planets are at the beginning of the month because we had a new moon in Libra. And I did a new moon series that I released just about 3 or 4 days ago. And if you are concerned about it or want to know more about it, I suggest you go look at that video as well. But Capricorn, on the 10th of October, you will have the sun in your 10th house, Mercury will be in your 9th house, Venus will be in the 11th, Mars will be in the 1st, Jupiter will be in the 10th, Saturn will be in the 12th, Uranus will be in the 4th, Neptune will be in the 3rd, and Pluto will be in the 1st. On the 8th of October, Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication, moves from the 9th house to the 10th house. And the 10th house is ruled by you, Capricorn. It is the house of your career, your status, and your reputation. It also deals with authority figures and authorities in their field, experts in their field, or authority figures in your world. It also deals with your destiny. And William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage. And when I think of the 10th house, I think that the 10th house is the stage that you approach the world on. And it's how the world knows you. So, the sun will be in the 10th house and Mercury will be in the 10th house. Your reputation can be your title. It can be how people think of you. It can be changing from Mr. to Doctor. It can be changing from Miss to Mrs. It can be changing from married to divorced or separated. Those are the changes in reputation and status that I'm speaking of. Heads up. Forewarned is forearmed. Forearmed. If I could speak. I'm not enunciating well today. I'm sorry, y'all. On the 16th of October, we will be experiencing a full moon in Aries. Now, this will be at 23 degrees of Aries, and the Sabian symbol for 23 degrees of Aries reads, blown inward by the wind, the curtains of an open window take the shape of a cornucopia. And a cornucopia is also called a horn of plenty, and it represents abundance and prosperity and having everything that you need at your disposal. Okay, what I was meditating on, or what I thought about while I was meditating on this Sabian symbol, was a couple of different things. The first being a very shocking situation that makes you withdraw and go inwards, and you realize that your resources and the things that, the resources, the inner resources, the inner strength that you have is your horn of plenty. It is your cornucopia. Another possible situation could be speaking to the idea of a shocking situation bringing forth some sort of prosperity or some sort of abundance. Now, this full moon will be occurring in your 4th house, and the 4th house is a sensitive house. It is the house of your home and your family. Home is where you live or where you consider home to be, and family is the mother, the father, or people you consider to be family, or your parents. And it also covers people that you live with. This can be your spouse. This can be your spouse and your children. This can be your spouse, your children, and your fur babies. Or if that doesn't apply, it could also speak to your roommates. If that doesn't apply, then think about your roots and your foundation. And somehow, some way, that will resonate for you. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer, and it's a very intuitive and empathic and a moody, very moody sign. The moon rules Cancer, so this is even more so important for you. Now, the full moon will be giving an initiation point to a very powerful period of time. Between October 17th and October 23rd, there will be a powerful Mars-Pluto conjunction in your sign. This is trigger warning time. A very famous astrologer that I follow on YouTube named Steve Judd has issued this as a heads up point. He has actually called it what he thinks one of the most dangerous periods of the year. And if that is important enough for him to make note of that, I want you to make note of that as well. This full moon will be occurring in your fourth house, the house of home and family. It will be also dealing with your first house where Mars and Pluto are, and that covers yourself, your body, your physical body, your appearance, and how the world sees you. Not knows you, but sees you. This will also be dealing with the 10th house because whenever there's, it'll be dealing with the 10th house as well because that's where the sun is. And that is your reputation, status, career, authority figures, and your destiny. So, heads up, October 17th through the 23rd is going to be really, really aggressive for you. You're going to feel very aggressive. You may be dealing with aggressive people coming towards you. Take a deep breath, count to 10, and if it doesn't help calm you down, do it again. Exercise, exercise, exercise. If there was ever a time for you to be using this Mars energy of aggression, energy, and impulse, exercise is the way to do it to where aggression won't spill over into your daily life. With that, Capricorn, I'm going to meditate over my tarot cards and shuffle and ask for the general messages for my Capricorn friends. I'm also going to be pulling some oracle cards for you, 2 from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. The artwork is by Autumn Sky Morrison, and it's a real fan favorite of people who watch this channel regularly. Another card or 2 cards that I'll be pulling for you is from the Halloween Oracle deck by Stacy DeMarco. This is a festive little oracle deck that I found at the end of September and wanted to use in my October readings, and it was also to celebrate my 2,000th subscriber. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll be right back, y'all. Hang tight. Hi, lovely Capricorn. I'm back with my cards, and I've already shuffled off camera and asked for the general messages for my Capricorn viewers. All right. Gonna cut. Gonna do the bottom card and the top 3 for clarity. Bottom card is for the underlying theme or the overarching energy. Top 3 for clarity. Halloween Oracle deck now by Stacy DeMarco. I don't know if y'all can see the back of these cards, but it's got little pumpkins, little bats, little witches' brooms, and cats all over printed on the back. It's really cute. It's very festive for this Halloween season. And I'm only going to use them for the October readings because, I don't know, it's a Halloween deck. But also, I think there's some people that really love this deck and there's some people that really don't. And the Scorpio in me just loves it. Sorry. Alright, I'm going to pull the top and the bottom card for you, Capricorn. From the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck as well, my Capricorn friends. That one. One more shuffle and I'll cut for the bottom. Capricorn. You had one card want to come out of the deck while I was shuffling, and I pulled your bottom card there. Now what I'm going to do is flip the cards over, meditate over what messages I'm getting, and I'll be back to tell you your story in just a second. Hang tight, y'all. Hey Capricorn, I'm back with your reading, so let's go ahead and get started. Got my notes off to the side so I can give better astrological explanations if need be. And I'm sitting in a leather chair, so it's kind of squeaky if it's making noises. Sorry. Doing the best I can with what I got, y'all. So let's start. While I was shuffling, the Knight of Wands made an appearance. The Knight of Wands for me is a messenger card. This could be an individual bringing you a message or just a message. Since it's the Knight, I see it being, if it is a message, it's coming to you through faster means of communication. That would be text, email, Skype, something to that effect. It wouldn't be snail mail, it wouldn't be face-to-face, and I don't see it being over a landline connection. I see this being something more advanced, more fast. The Knight of Wands represents a, the page represents teenage to mid-20s. The page, or the Knight, represents mid-20s to mid-30s for me, if we're looking at ages, and this is an individual. The Wands represent fire sign energy. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This may mean something to you. Could be their sun, moon, or rising sign. This could be the energy that you're feeling because Mars is in your first house. The Knight of Wands is impetuous and fierce. He's courageous and forceful, but he's also known for being egocentric and self-centered. Can also be seen as dogmatic or imprudent. The fact that this Knight of Wands is in the upright, it seems as though this individual or this situation is coming from at least a balanced perspective, meaning if it wasn't balanced, it would be in the reverse. The fact that they're upright also means that the messages that you are receiving from this individual or this situation are more than not true. I also just picked up, if you play with fire, you're going to get burnt. And I'm not sure how that would apply, but here we go. The underlying theme or the overarching energy, however you choose to see it. You've got a lot of character cards showing up in your reading, so this could be a lot of people around you. The Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Knight of Cups upright in your underlying theme, overarching energy. The Knight of Cups is the same age range as the Knight of Wands, mid-20s to mid-30s. Also a message, if this is a message coming to you, it once again is it's coming to you through an updated or a faster means of communication online somehow, or through like a mobile device. The Knight of Cups represents water sign energy. The water signs are Cancer, Leo, or Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I don't know why I said Leo. I guess I was still thinking about the Knight of Wands. This person may also have some air energy in them. This could be a messenger of love or some sort of message of love. Or you will respond to it in the way that you would respond to Cups energy. And the Cups energy is emotional and responsive. And it can be intuitive. It can be empathic. It can be a little psychic. And what I also notice is that it's like the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups are on opposite ends of the spectrum. They aren't seeing eye to eye at all. If anything, you could be feeling torn apart by these two people, two situations, two messages. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The first card that you got in the top three for clarity is the Queen of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Cups is the Knights can be male or female. Alright? Any of these cards could be male or female. I see the Queens as feminine energy because they show up as feminine cards. The Knights could be a male or a female. The Queen of Cups is a feminine water sign energy, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This could be your sun, moon, or rising sign, because I see you... I see it being a big argument, y'all. I see it being a huge stinking argument, but and it's passionate. It's very, very passionate. Passion is on a sliding scale. Passionate can be in love. Passionate can be on fire for. Passionate can be very aggressive. Just depends on which part of the spectrum you're hanging out in. But the Queen of Cups, once again, she knows what's going on in the upright. In the reverse, she may be seeing it from a personal perspective, a subjective point of view, not an objective point of view, probably only seeing themselves in the situation and thinking that everyone else should kind of cater to them at this point because of whatever's going on. I think whoever is dealing with this Queen of Cups is sick of her and her attitude because of this 7 of Wands right here. This could be a friend or a partner of the Queen of Cups. And what's interesting as well, I haven't gotten all of the cards yet, but I mean, you can see how they're kind of laid out. Let me move so you can see what I'm talking about. The Queens are reversed and the Knights are upright. So the females or the feminine energy in this situation is not coming from a balanced perspective. The 7 and 7 of Wands speaks to the Libra ruled house of partnership, identification with others. And this is seeing yourself in, or learning about yourself through relationships, learning about yourself through partnerships. It's also counseling and dealing with open enemies. Open enemies is like testifying in court against someone. It is also, in my opinion, arguing with someone online in an online forum where other people get to interact and or witness what is occurring. The 7 of Wands, it's like you're defending your ground. And it could feel like a fight to the finish. And it's going to leave you... You're going to feel very emotional about this argument. You're going to defend your ground. You're going to defend your... you need to defend your ground. You need to defend your boundaries. You need to hold your boundaries up. But this is also a card that makes me feel like you or somebody around you, the situation, feels like it's under attack or being attacked. And that may be why the Queens are in reverse, because they are flanking this 7 of Wands. They both could feel like they're being attacked. You need to be able to view this situation from a higher elevated perspective. It's not just you in the situation. And one of the things that I've learned through this path of mine is that expectation is the root of all heartache. If you expect people to do something, 1, they're not mind readers, and 2, you're pissed off if they don't meet those expectations. So you're really setting yourself up for failure if you've got people burdened with these expectations. The final card that you received is the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands represents feminine fire sign energy. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, with Mars and Pluto, you're going to be feeling aggressive. And you're going to be feeling like people are being aggressive to you too. I would say try to embody the energy of the Knight. And it's not just these knights. Think of fairy tale knights. Think of the knight in shining armor. Do the right thing, Capricorn. And that's not that you wouldn't or don't know how to. But do the right thing and maintain your integrity in all things. That way the situation is easier for you to deal with. There is only one card that had a number to it. And that is the number 7. That is for the 7 of Wands. That's feeling attacked. possibly through messages or messengers. It could be that you have a fire sign friend that is sitting you down telling you about yourself and you don't appreciate it. And it ends up being super emotional. Like I said, the only number that showed up for you is the 7, which speaks to the Libra-ruled 7th house. Try to embrace being balanced. Try embrace being harmonious. Try to embrace reconciliation. Don't be indecisive. Now is not a time for that. You don't have any direct 7th house energy per se. You have a lot of friend energy coming up at the end of the month. That's the 11th house. But I'll talk more about that in the second reading. Before I move on to the oracle cards, because of the Halloween oracle cards, I suggest that you go look up the Pisces reading for October for this first half, because they got the same 2 oracle cards in order, and I have shuffled the snot out of these decks off camera and on. I know that the ends of my hair are completely fried from my little hair color adventure that isn't still fully rectified yet. For the Halloween oracle card, the first you received is the Apple card, which reads risk and reward. This also for me, look, there's a heart bitten out of the apple, which speaks to me about forbidden fruit and also getting knowledge. Whenever I see an apple, I think of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Good and Evil, or the Garden of Eden. I say the Garden of Good and Evil because I think of that Kevin Spacey movie all the stinking time. But risk and reward, you could be feeling as though speaking up or defending your ground would be risking too much, but the rewards could be more than you ever bargained for. You may also want to pay attention to your diet. You may want to probably employ more fruits and vegetables in your diet as well. I think that if you take the risk, you will see the reward, and that will yield you joy. This is the second card that came forth, and this is talking about like living in the moment, rejoicing in the moment. I feel as though, well, the past is regret, the future is anxiety. Now is the only time where we can feel sanity. So I implore you to stay in the moment and live in the moment, Capricorn. That's the safest place for you. Another thing is, also, I feel like you should go outside and either work in your yard, raking up leaves, or ground yourself in some way. Go on a nature walk or a hike. It is beautiful weather for that here in the Northern Hemisphere right now. Go watch the leaves change. That could really lead you to some inspiration as well. One final thing, I think that you're going to feel liberated if you actually do defend your ground. I think you're going to feel liberated in your decision, and it's going to feel like a risk, but the reward is going to be quite powerful for you. The Sacred Rebels Oracle deck cards that you got, the first is After the Storm, and I love this card. And look at this big full moon in the background. It could be that you are receiving a message around the full moon, and it could feel divinely inspired, or it could be coming on the wings of a messenger, if you will. Possibly an air sign, because whenever I see wings, I think of air. This is the number 1 card. The number 1 card speaks to your first house, not just yours, but everybody's. The first house governs your physical body, your appearance, your personality, who you are, and how the world sees you. You may also want to look up what the spirit totem meaning for the owl is. The owl has been showing up in a lot of different decks for me, and the owl overall means wisdom and discernment and being strategic. The full moon is occurring in your 4th house. So, yeah, it's going to be between your 4th and your 1st house, a lot of the tension, and it could play out in your 10th house as well. Your career, status, reputation, and dealing with authorities or authority figures. The final card that you received is the Power of Attraction. Now, this could be dealing with a romantic relationship, because it is dealing with the masculine and the feminine in this card. I do think that this is probably going to be, if it is an argument that manifests, it will be one that deals with the home energy. Someone who feels like family to you. Somebody who feels like they're very close to you. The Power of Attraction card is the 13th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 1 plus 3 is 4. Can you take it? Can you take it? 1 and 4, you are going to have Pluto and Mars in your first house. The 4th house is going to be hosting the full moon. I also very much feel like you need to go watch the Piscean October video, because I think that there are messages that will also help further the insights from this particular reading. But nonetheless, Capricorn, it looks like you are going to be feeling emotional. I think that you need to speak your truth, but speak it in love. And it doesn't need to just be loving towards the person that you're having the conversation with. It needs to be loving in regards to yourself as well. I love watching RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I absolutely adore it. One of my favorite things that RuPaul says is that if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? And I have totally adopted that. It's very much the truth. And it is truth, and it is spoken in love. You have to love yourself first before you can love another soul. And if you aren't loving yourself first, everyone else that you do love, those relationships are going to go through an extreme metamorphosis once you do start loving yourself. I know, I've been there, I've walked that path. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I thank you from the very bottom of my very grateful heart. I will see you mid-month for the full moon to the new moon, astrology and tarot forecast. But until then, please take care of yourself. Employ your self-care measures. Deep breaths, baby. Deep, deep breaths. Count to 10 and do it again. Walk away if you need to, but speak your truth in love nonetheless. Please be kind to yourself, Capricorn, and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through very private battles in our own personal worlds that some of us may never speak about to another soul. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you for the new moon portion of October. Take care, Capricorn, and namaste, y'all.